Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Rumble tournament. This is our finale. Devin, Dan. Finally, we're here. And it has been a great tournament. I just want to say, this is the most loved thing about this channel right now is the tournament. People love it. People absolutely love it. And I'm going to keep it going. We're going to have another one, of course. And we're starting things off with He-Man. He-Man representing Team Dan. I've kind of gotten to know most of the team people. And, of course, Devin took out Team Judd. So that was pretty crazy also. So our champion's not returned. So we're going to get a new team. Whoever wins this will automatically go to the next tournament. Their team will. So, a lot to look forward here. This is our finale. Hopefully it's good and competitive. I want a close fight. Both of these teams have every right to be here. They have been just incredible. And it is going to be Nightmare Freddy. So we're starting off good. It's Nightmare Freddy's part of Team Devin. So we got Team Dan versus Team Devin to start off here. And as they're eliminated, I will try to tell you which team that they're from. I've memorized some of these, so it shouldn't be as hard this time. But occasionally I miss some people, and it causes some problems there. But we're kicking things off with Nightmare Freddy versus He-Man. I would say He-Man is one of Dan's best people. So not good to have him coming in at number 1. But we'll see how far he can go. And number 3 is Captain Planet. Captain Planet is here. One of my least favorites of this tournament. I never understood him really. You know, kind of a weird character, I think. But, oh man, a double choke slam on He-Man. And apparently we're supposed to get a Masters of the Universe movie. I didn't grow up on Masters of the Universe, so I know absolutely nothing about it. But, I mean, I'm familiar with Skeletor and He-Man, but I couldn't tell you another character. But a lot of people that grew up in the 80s probably know about it. I think it was around that time, but I'll watch the movie when it comes out. I'm not big into going back and watching old cartoons. But I'll watch the movie. And we got Bane here. So we got Bane in the house. Tom Hardy's Bane. That's what I grew up on, was the Nolan trilogy. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think anyone can replace Nolan's trilogy. And I know some people think The Dark Knight, I've seen, is not a Batman film. It's like a crime drama that Nolan did. But honestly, I love it. And I think it is a Batman film. It's a great film. It's my favorite film of all time. So I'm going to defend it to the death. And Nightmare Freddy going after Captain Planet. And Captain Planet's still in this. So, yeah, I love once I get to this part of the tournament because, you know, it's 15 videos. And there goes Nightmare Freddy. So, a loss for Devin. Yeah, it's 15 videos to do here. And He-Man's been eliminated way too early in this. That's going to be a loss for Dan. So, 1 and 2 already finished. Takes a total of 15 to do a tournament. And that's not counting the most exhausting video, the tournament draft, which I think, you know, I don't have to be as loud, but it's very exhausting. And you have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you could put people in that have already been part of teams, and I thought it did a good job pretty much for the most part this year. And we got Black Noir in the house from the boys. One of my favorite of the 7 for sure. Probably my second favorite of the 7. It's really hard to like the 7 in general because they're kind of a ripoff of Justice League and Marvel characters. So I know Black Noir is kind of like a Batman sort of sense, but he's not as big of a ripoff as the Deep or A-Train, which I think are bigger ripoffs. And Homelander, of course, he's like when we're not counting him being evil, I mean, he's like a mix of Superman and Captain America. That's what he's like, so. And Captain Planet trying to eliminate Peter Pan here, who is Dan's worst person. And Pinhead's number 8. So we got Pinhead in the house representing Team Dan. And we're getting a lot of Team Dan from the looks of it. There's a couple from Team Devon here. Team Devon's got the AEW people, which CM Punk is now back with WWE, but he wasn't on this game at first. I don't know if he's added later on a DLC or what they're doing there. And number 10 is Piccolo. Piccolo is number 10. And, oh, what a weird thing that Peter Pan just did there. And, Pinhead going to have an opportunity to get rid of Mr. I Never Want to Grow Up. Yeah, get rid of him. Get rid of that man-child. Okay, he's been eliminated. That's a loss for Dan. Not really a big loss there. Definitely would rather lose Peter Pan than He-Man. I guess every person counts, but Peter Pan's definitely the weakest of Team Dan, for sure. I think he even has a weak overall, too. And Pinhead going after Piccolo. And Captain Planet eliminates CM Punk, so that's going to be a loss for Devon. So 2-2 right now. Unless I miss somebody. And Piccolo on the ropes now. Bane going to go for the charge. And something else happened. Black Noir got in the way. And Piccolo's might be safe because of it. Yeah, and he recovers. And Noir now is paying the price for getting in the way. He shouldn't have gotten in the way. But he's still in it. I hate when they get in the way. I even hate it. He did technically... I think Piccolo, Noir, and Bane are all on the same team. So he technically did help his team out by stopping someone else from eliminating a team member. So I guess that's nice. And Slender is here. One of Devon's best people. And number 12 is Omega Red, one of my favorites. One of my favorites of all time. Omega Red in the house. Always great to see him. And Bane. Uh-oh, look at Piccolo here. And Bane rolls back in. And I'm trying to see here. I'm out of town right now. And what I do is now I take my mini PC with me and stuff. And Moxley trying to eliminate. I couldn't see you. Yeah, and so I'm using a really small TV for this. It's like extremely small. But I use TVs for monitors all the time. Sometimes, though, it's hard to make out certain stuff from the distance because I don't like to be right on the screen. So every once in a while, I struggle to see what's going on, especially when it's crowded like this. And Black Noir is on the ropes. Certain people you can just look at and tell who they are. If that was Snake Eyes, though, I mean, it's definitely Noir, though, because I've memorized the teams, but Slender going after Omega Red here. And look at Moxley. Wow, what a move. We got a full ring, so nobody else can come in until we see an elimination. Captain Planet, watch out for him. He's been in it for a while. He's been trying to impress me, but he never will, no matter what he does, unless he just goes all the way or something. And Pinhead in trouble. Slender Man's trying to take him out. And I think Pinhead's tough. Slender Man's tough too, but Pinhead's still in this. And there goes Black Noir. So that's going to be a loss for Dan. I literally think, well, Devin only has 2 people in here right now. The rest are Dan's team. So far, the 2K is favoring Devin. So far. It's not too bad, though. Not yet. So we'll see what happens. And Moxley and Piccolo. Are you kidding me? You can't get an elimination from either one. And that's another elimination. Omega Red took care of Captain Planet. So he had a good run for what it was worth. But he's done. So go back to the locker room, loser. That's a loss for Dan. And Bane still in it. John Moxley still in it also. Wow, good, 2 good counters there. And number 13 is Morpheus. Couldn't read that. I need to have glasses. I just refuse to have them. Morpheus is here at 13. Omega Red trying to take out Slender. That would be a big elimination. And I'm wondering how far Slender's going to go. Pinhead's another one who has been good in this tournament for Team Dan. I don't think he's won one, but he's been very impressive with lasting as long as he has lasted. And number 14 is Hobgoblin. And this is one of Devin's best. One of Devin's best, who has been very good, but you don't expect it. You know, he's not a big guy. He's a light heavyweight, but he's really stood in there, and Slender Man eliminated by Pinhead. So that's a giant loss for Devin. Slender Man has been taken out of the equation here. And so He-Man and Slender Man gone. Some of the best members of both teams have been eliminated. There still is a couple more. And Hobgoblin just got pushed right off. So he just got pushed right off by Omega Red. This has been a very competitive match so far, with the losses. And there goes Piccolo. And we'll see if Moxley's going to join. And Piccolo's a loss for Dan. But it is starting to go into Devin's favor a little bit. But we'll see. It may even out in the end. I want a competitive fight. That's what I want. And John Moxley's been eliminated also, it looks like. So that's going to be a loss for Devin. So I got 4 and 5. And 15 is Samos. I would really love to revisit the Metroid franchise. I don't play a lot of video games, though. I really don't. I know a lot of people probably think, oh, he plays video games all the time. I do this channel, and that's about it. Nowadays. I mean, every once in a while, I'll play an hour of something, but really, I only do this channel. And Morpheus pushes Omega Red off. By the time the videos are done for this channel, I'm burnt out on video games. I can't tell you, the last time I sat down and played a video game was Resident Evil 4. That was the last one I did. And I've tried to do Let's Plays for certain games, but they're not going to get the views that WWE is because my base is more loyal to this game than any game. So that's just how it is. And there is a few people, especially some of the mods, who would like to see other games. But, like, no, the people that aren't mods that you don't hear comments from or drop little comments, they want this. This is what they want. So, I'm kind of in a dilemma. Because I want to do other stuff, but it's not going to do it. Because my base is a wrestling base, whether I want to admit it or not. And do they favor like horror and Marvel and cartoons to a degree? Yes. So they definitely love that stuff. So could I get away with a horror game? Maybe, probably, but other games not as much. And Hobgoblin eliminated. So a big loss for Devin. I got it at a tie right now. There goes Bane, though, as soon as I say that. And that's going to be a loss for Dan. So much for that tie. We got Walter White here also, who is definitely one of Dan's worst people. However, he did survive that elimination. And we're seeing some of Devin's people come in, so I'm not feeling as bad now. Omega Red's out, so that's a loss for Dan. And there goes Walter White. So second time is a charm for Morpheus. Yeah, so Dan lost 2 more just there. Devin has 3 out of 4 in here, though. So we'll see how far they can go. And Pinhead's going to take out Morpheus. So that's a loss for Devin. So now we're flying out of here. And number 18 is Art the Clown, who has been amazing for Team Dan. Absolutely amazing. One of the best on Team Dan for sure. And it doesn't matter what number he comes in. He's been great. He's been excellent. So we'll see how far he can go. Can he go all the way again? We'll see. Something about this build. Something about this creation. He's definitely the top Terrifier creation. There is quite a few good ones. And you can get all these on community creations. You use the horror hashtag. I got a whole tutorial that does excellent every year that you can watch. And Pinhead's been eliminated. So that is a loss for Dan. Losing another one of his best people. Dan's got a lot of interesting horror characters in this. And number 20 is Leon Kennedy, or like Salazar says, Leon Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. That's more like it. Mr. Kennedy. I hate Salazar. He's a moron. And he's annoying. He's not the worst, though. Krauser's the worst. We all know my history with Krauser. Yeah. That is called not good sportsmanship. Definitely. Nathan Explosion's 21. So, yeah, I have a whole history with Krauser. I'll tell you what, on the remake game, I thought the remake game was a lot easier than the original, by far. So just to let you all know on that, the remake was easy. There's a couple parts. The cabin was, I had more trouble with non-boss fights than boss fights. So, cabin siege. There's a wine room or something like that. Really tough. I beat Krauser first try, but I was prepared. I was prepared for it. Because I wasn't going to go through that again. It was a lot easier, though, on the remake than it was the original for Krauser. And then, on the Salazar one, I'd probably beat... he killed me probably once. Because I think I just... no, he killed me twice. One time, I kind of surrendered because I lost too much ammo. And then the other time, he just caught me off guard really good. Where I was, like, underneath him, and he just swallowed me or something. And, is that Sting? No, that's Nathan Explosion. Nathan Explosion has been... Wow, that was quick. He just got in here. And that's going to be a loss for Devin. And yeah, I would like to replay the Metroid series. I think that would be cool. And look at Danny Phantom and Art the Clown working together. Wow. Dan's team really coming through there. What a shutdown. And a loss for Devin. So they're fighting back. And Andrea is done too. That's another loss for Devin. And Jiren's done. That's a loss for Dan. Goodness. So it's about a 1 point difference, but all of Dan's people are in right now. So that's not good. But it is a 1 point difference. And according to what I have, and Mike Tyson's number 24, so that makes 4 people. Dan should only have 5 people left. That's not good. That right there is not good. Wait a second. No, he lost Leon, so he's down. This is his final 4. Oh, come on. Come on. I hate when that happens. So the remaining 6 are Team Devin. Oh, my goodness. And there goes Ninja Storm. That's going to be a loss for Dan. So 2K definitely. Oh, my goodness. This is so embarrassing. So 2K definitely favored Devin here. And I hate that. And I don't want to get in. I don't want to go in there and put numbers in for people. Because that's not fair. So the only sort of fairness that we're going to get is by doing the random stuff, which I've always done. Because I don't want to know who's coming in next. That's the whole goal here. But it landslides still, so I don't know what to do. We've had a lot of landslides here, but it's not over. I mean, Art the Clown has been very incredible. Mike Tyson's been really good. I think Danny Phantom is definitely done. But if Tyson and Art can somehow make it all the way, it may not be over for Team Dan, but it's not looking good. Because 26 through 30 is all Team Devin. And that's just disappointing. At least make one person Team Dan. Out of the remainers. But it's not going to happen. Because I've already done the count. Yeah. So, the rest of the people coming out are Team Devin. So, Danny Phantom, Art the Clown, and Mike Tyson are going to have to hold down the fort here. And, I mean, we're not even to 30 yet. We're not even at, I think the next one's 27. And once they fill up, they have to, someone has to get eliminated. So it's all against them, out of their favor here. And, okay, we're at 28. So 28 is the Engineer. Engineer coming in at 28. So it's definitely not looking good for Team Dan. And Art the Clown, if Blade gets this elimination, it's going to be very bad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Team Dan loses their best person. So Tyson and Danny Phantom are the only ones remaining. They have to hold it down for Team Dan. Team Dan's been incredible, but 2K went against them this time, for sure. And Tyson with the good counter. Tyson's tough. I don't have a lot of faith in Phantom. Yeah, Ninja Storm's done, and Art the Clown's done. So yeah, they're down to 2. What a rumble, though, but I hate seeing this. I really do, but it's not over. It's not over until the one team's last person is done, so I'm going to hope that we get a good fight in the end. That's what I'm going to hope for. And number 30 is Daryl Dixon. I did not expect that. Well, I did, but Darkwing Duck's done. Okay, so Danny Phantom takes him out. So if Danny and Tyson and Devin's team can turn on one another, they could have a shot at this. I mean, there's 7 people left. 2 are Dan. 5 are Team Devin. 5. So, double. But it's still not, they're still alive, Danny and Tyson. But they've been in here for a while. So we'll see if they can hold down the fort. Whoever wins this will go to Tournament 3. Their team will, to defend their championship. We could have up to 4 tournaments, I would say. But I'm not for sure yet. And Blade in trouble. Blade holding on. Anti-Venom. Sometimes I think of it. I know it's not the truth, but sometimes I think that the teams spare one another to, help their team. There goes Danny. So Dan's got one guy left. Tyson. Mike Tyson. Can Mike Tyson survive these guys? Oh my goodness. Tyson's in trouble. I mean, it's 1 versus 5. But Tyson can clean house. Look at him go. He's going after everyone. Can he save Team Dan? And of course, Team Devon's going to turn on one another. Sting's done. And if Tyson gets this one, it would be big. The Anti-Venom would be a big elimination if he could get it. And the Engineer, look at Blade. Oh my goodness. And Anti-Venom done too. So it's down to 3. And Mike Tyson's one of the 3. Wow. So Team Dan got kind of a break there because Anti-Venom and the Engineer eliminated. 2 super heavyweights are done. And Tyson, he almost got Blade. But now they're double teaming. Norman Reedus and Wesley Snipes are double teaming Mike Tyson here. And it is 2 versus 1, but I mean, look at the position we were in earlier. It was 5 versus 1. So, big changes there. And we'll see if Mike Tyson can hold in there. He has a chance now. You got to remember, Daryl Dixon was number 30. That's how many seasons he's been in Walking Dead shows. So, I mean, that's his whole entire life. Walking Dead. That's his resume. Walking Dead. Walking Dead. I know he's been in I know he was in the Boondock Saints. I know. But his resume, Walking Dead. Walking Dead. Walking Dead. That's all he does. Ride my motorcycle. Walking Dead. And Daryl Dixon, oh my goodness. I just think it's crazy they have spinoff shows. I really want to see Tyson versus Blade. I don't know what we're going to get here. But oh my goodness, Tyson's just taking them both on. Look at him go. But Daryl comes up behind him. And look at Daryl. Oh my goodness. Have you seen Daryl ever this good in a tournament? He's been pretty lame until now. I guess he got a vacation from Walking Dead. And oh man, there goes Team Dan. So Team Devon wins it all. Oh man, what a disappointing ending. But Team Devon, congratulations. Team Dan, you gave up a great fight. 2K definitely went against you all. But, I mean, who does 2K not go against? I guess the winner of the tournament? The odds are it's going to go against you eventually. So, very disappointing ending, but I have to call it how it is. If I start putting them as numbers, it's definitely not fair, and Blade wins. So at least number 30 didn't win. That's a relief. And Blade, you're not going to WrestleMania. You're not. So don't even try. There's no vampires at WrestleMania either. Instead he's going to just make faces. He's going to make faces instead of pointing at the sign. You can make all the faces you want. You're not going to go to WrestleMania, but congratulations to Team Devon. What a performance. And Team Devon will be going to Tournament 3, which is cool. Dan had a great team. Hats off to Dan. He had a great team. The number system went against him. I still think he has the best team on paper. But Team Devon also took out Team Judd. So both teams were excellent. It was going to be a great match, and it should have been a lot better, but I have to call it fair. And I will see you all later. I guess we'll be going to Tournament 3 soon, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And thank you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you.